really good, man. It's your guy, King Jaffe. This is the very first episode of Soul Perspective. What's going on, man? Thank you guys for pulling up. This is just a show about my perspective on sneaker culture, as you can tell. I am not a sneakerhead, but I am an advocate for the culture. I never camped out. I was too poor growing up to be able to afford Jordans. So now that I'm an adult, I'm able to partake in the culture that I love. So with no further ado, we're doing an unboxing of my very first win on the sneaker app. Very excited. Took a lot of L's, lost a lot of time. So the thrill of victory is very fruitful and very, very, very succulent. But anyway, let's get to it. Super excited. Quick story about this knife. Shout out to Bobby, best man, 8/25/17. Found this knife on the train. Super sorry, Bobby, if you watch this show, you can definitely get it back. Or no. Just do it. Shout out to Nike. I won 3 days ago. They told me my shipment was going to be in on the 6th, and here we are, 5 days early. Super excited. Everything I imagined it to be. All right, in the OG Nike box. Oh man, this will be a nice box to add to the collection. As you can see, I am a avid box collector. This is literally my first time looking at it. You know I have to do this for the culture. Yep, it tastes good. It tastes exactly how I thought it would. These are the Nike Dunk High Game Royals. And previous releases, these were known as the Kentucky Blues. Very, very coveted shoe. A release that came out this week. Super excited. Little history about the Nike Dunk. This is a combination of the Nike Terminator, Nike Legend, and of course the Jordan 1. But because of Jordan's popularity, this shoe didn't really receive that much fame during its original, like when it came out the first go round. But Nike did a really good job with their whole marketing plan in regards to the Nike Dunk. First of all, this is a shoe that is very popular amongst the skateboard culture. And so, long story short, when Nike was campaigning and looking for a shoe to solicit to skateboarders, the Nike Dunk was already a popular shoe amongst that cult community. And so, what I thought was very brilliant about the rollout was that they kept it very exclusive from the beginning. There were only limited spaces and places that you could acquire or procure these shoes. Skate shops and just like if you know spots. And so which kind of like ended up having what I think like it was able to drive the value up because that these are not in heavy circulation. These are a shoe that people used to camp out for back in the day. You know, like I mentioned before, I was too poor and I also wasn't in the know. I was just trying to fit in at the time to even be aware to do rich nigga stuff like camping out for shoes. So shout out to the people who are true to this. Smells great. As you can tell, blue is already a colorway that I rock heavily. Shout out to the Jordan Royals. You know. But overall, I am very happy about this whole thing. Like the silhouette is phenomenal. This is my actual first pair of Dunks. And I do have something that I do want to talk about. This portion of the show is called Let's Talk About It. Let's talk about the Nike sneaker app. Nike, I gotta do a better job. There's no reason why I gotta lose 20 times in order to buy a shoe that I may or may not have wanted. Now, not to say that I didn't want this, but there were other Dunk releases that were even more that gotta get them. But I am not ungrateful. I am very happy because this is a classic silhouette. And another little tidbit about Nike Dunk: when these first came out, they came out in specific colorways. This was the first sneaker to come out with like these kind of color blockings. They did a rollout with the universities, coming out with a campaign called True to Your School. Very, very, very creative, very smart, dope way to get people to support and be able to feel a part. Now you have a sneaker in your colorway that represents the university or who you represent, where you're from. And so I thought that was a very fascinating marketing strategy, especially back then when shoes primarily came out in white. So kudos to Nike for always being ahead of the curve. Do I plan on wearing these? The resale on these already are going for this size. I got a size 10.5. It's going for about, last time I checked, was 190 for this particular size, or 196, excuse me. So, I mean, I could sit on it and resell this, but if you guys know me, shoes are for wearing. So, still haven't decided on what I'm going to do yet, but I look forward to who knows. What's really good? It's your boy King Joffrey. Thank you guys for tuning in to Soul Perspective. Click the link below. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and let's get it popping, man. It's all about your perspective. Soul Perspective.